Hello, my lovelies. How you guys doing? Welcome to Pillow Chronicles. This is Jessica, aka Blueberry, and we back with another video. I don't know if you heard, but Jaguar Wright is back, and she gives no fucks. She did an interview with real life. What is it? Real life street stars, and honey, she is spilling it all. Now, I don't understand how you go into hiding because you're fearing for your life and you're still doing interviews. But, baby, when I tell you, because y'all know I can't fucking hate. I'm allergic to it. If I see it, I'm going to rate it. And if you the shit, you just the shit. And if you're not, it's okay. But this fucking interview, baby, she just did another interview about 3 or 4 days ago. And bitch, when I say I've never been more fucking involved in something in my whole fucking life. One thing about Jaguar Wright, don't get the fucked up. That bitch knows how to do an interview. I mean, you stuck. The shit was 3 hours. And I watched all of it. I had snacks and every fucking thing. It was amazing. I'm not even going to front. I have to give it where it's fucking due. Hands down. The fucking interview was amazing. But probably not so much for everybody in the fucking video. Maybe not so much. I don't know why you would come out of hiding and put yourself back in a situation. But everybody got their own situation. I don't know if she had to do this for money or not. But, a bitch need to duck and hide again, because after this motherfucking interview, I don't know when shit is gonna end. When I tell you, baby, she gets nothing but sauce for the chini and pasta in this bitch, she gonna fill you up with some shit. I'm telling you that I was gonna not play this shit and just say what the fuck she said, but bitch, I'm scared, bitch. No, my career just starting. I'm gonna let this bitch say what the fuck she talking about, because I'm not saying shit. She don't care. I care. So let's jump right in this video. I'm telling you, high power people, nobody's safe. The bitch gave. She gave me life. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was amazing. Let's go.
I have to ask this because I'm going to derail this conversation for just a minute.
Oh, because please, there's no derailment. Take us where we're going.
Take us where we're going.
It's a journey.
I feel like you had the potential and the power to create a movement of beings who could have some real thoughts and really think for themselves. But you were just gone. And I want, why were you just gone?
Because my life was being threatened.
Okay.
And not figuratively. Literally, we were being hunted. It took about 4 months for us to shake them off.
But you do another interview. Okay.
So, not long after we did this interview, and then the Storm Monroe interviews, which was all infiltration.
I have videos of them. Go check me out.
Tasha K, I'll say allegedly for y'all. You know,
right.
So ain't nobody talking about no defamations.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, nobody talking about no defamation. So allegedly, the gold shoe bitch, she was hired to target me. And you know, when I started the women's group WCW meeting, we opened up the Zoom room every Wednesday for women to come, and we were building it little by little, piece by piece. I found out, it took me about a month and a half to figure it out, but 3 of the women in the group all worked for Tasha K.
Oh, damn.
One of the women who had positioned herself to be my right-hand woman to help me build it, I mean, this bitch actually came to my house. I invited her to my house. So Tasha K had somebody in my fucking home amongst my family. It wasn't until after she came back, because we were having a barbecue that day, and just out of nowhere, even though she lived in Alabama, she just happened to be in Dallas for the weekend meeting her boyfriend, who she never saw again after that.
I guess it wasn't
and
a boyfriend
just happened to be
then.
not that far away, and I was wondering if we could get together and meet. Well, I'm having a barbecue at the house. Oh, I didn't know that, but bitch, I posted about it and said I was. I know your notifications is on. But it's cool. Come on. The family's here.
Her wordplay
We
is
just
amazing.
barbecuing, smoking, eating, spending time. Sure. I see you every Wednesday on Zoom. Come on. What, somebody tried to break into the house, what was it, honey, about a week after that? Maybe a little less. And then somebody faking to be an insurance agent who had an appointment with someone in the house, even though they had the wrong name, and asked for their credentials, didn't have any credentials. Then we had to call the police to document it, and yada yada yada, so on and so forth. When they tried to, when them essays was following me while I was walking the dog, that was the day. They was slow creeping up the street, and they didn't realize, they were so busy following me that they didn't realize that my husband was sitting in the car. He didn't have it turned on. He was sitting in the car and he was watching them. And then when I walked up, he turned the car on. He was like, these motherfuckers have been following you up the street, slow creeping. The second that I did that, I turned around and looked at them, and these niggas start taking off. So I go jump into the car. We start following them. We got out to the main thoroughfare, and then that was that. They were gone, and I'm like, okay, we not safe.
Right.
Got it. So then we started figuring out, you know, are we gonna stay in the city, or are we gonna move around? And then we had a house guest around that time who we found out, family friend who had flown down from Philadelphia to spend some time, found out that he was informing on us, giving information to certain people about how we live, what we're doing, you know, what's happening in the house, who we're talking to, if anybody's coming by. When we found that out, that shit kind of fucked me up, because this is somebody that I revered, you know what I mean, like an uncle. And then we had to put his ass on a plane, get him the fuck up out of here. And then we were like, you know what, let's just shut down the house and let's figure out what we're gonna do. And then right before we left town to head west, we went out to Arizona for a while with friends. Yeah, and you know, we needed to spend some time with the people that were in my life to figure out, because there's been a lot of sifting through. I got 25, 30-year relationships, you know what I mean, with people in this industry, and I don't know who the fuck I can trust anymore. So we decided to go out west, but right before we left, we had stopped up at Clyde Warren Park because we needed to walk the puppy. He was still a puppy. Yada yada yada, so on and so forth. When them essays was following me while I was walking the dog, that was the day. They was slow creeping up the street, and to make me as uncomfortable as possible.
We're just gonna go back a little bit.
Yeah. See, there's a moment when North Philly just kicks right in. I'm sitting there talking to the valet guy. Ma'am, I don't know why it's taking so long to get your car. It usually doesn't take this long. And I looked at him and I said, I want you to understand something. You getting me my car right now is good for you. Because if they come, I'm gonna grab your ass and hold you close. And you gonna get touched right with me. Now go get my motherfucking car, bitch. And you knew I wasn't playing. Oh, you don't want to get my car? When the motherfuckers come, you gonna be my shield, baby. Kevlar. Got my car. You were able to finally get to the luggage. He had to go and track the luggage down. Couldn't find the bellman that had our shit. He went on break. So he came up to the room and took our shit to bring our shit downstairs to meet us in the lobby with the car. But while he took our shit, he went on break.
She's just talking about people following her, and she had death threats and stuff on her right now. So these are some situations that she's been in.
So I gotta ask, when you speak your truth, does that make you not want to actually speak out and actually keep it as real as you kept it in these interviews?
No, she gonna say it anyway.
Days where I thought to myself, maybe it's just too much trouble.
Oh.
And then I remember, that's my fucking purpose. And that's their purpose. To make me as uncomfortable as possible. So I won't want to speak. That's the objective. So all I can do is make smart choices. And believe that everything that happens for a reason. Even if I lose my life, it was meant to be that way. Like I said, talking to y'all earlier about faith.
Yes.
What do I really believe in? I believe that everything that happens within the will of God. Happy Shabbos. I believe that everything that happens within the will of God. That means everything that I've said, everything that I've done, everything that that has happened, that's about to happen, is happening as it is supposed to.
Oh yeah, amen.
For me to argue with that is for me to argue with what I really believe in.
So I have to.
Yeah, that's that.
So you mentioned surviving Jaguar. So I know.
You wanna know what's funny?
Yeah,
I'm mad because I've been surviving me too.
Right.
All my life.
So it was amazing. I swear to God, it was amazing. I think this was Tasha K's first real interview. Like when she really started getting on her interview shit, this was the first one. Like when you start seeing her in that like the little chairs and stuff. Like when she went behind, this is when she really started this interview shit. When she came out with Surviving Jaguar. I mean, it was fucking amazing. She had a little fade, like she was looking all professional. It was fucking awesome. It was awesome.
Seen clips, but I never watched.
Okay. So after our interview, you, Stormy, Tasha K, and then this Surviving Jaguar a trailer comes out for it. It's coming out.
Yeah.
Did you have wind of it that it was coming, that you knew was building? Because you had mentioned that there's a reason she has the numbers to the people that she got anyway. How did she get the X number? How did she get...
I gave it to her. I texted it to her. You're welcome, bitch.
Yeah, for what purpose? That was to say, okay, well, let me just give you other people that could tell my story, or...
Have you ever heard of the saying, it's an old Chinese proverb, beating the grass to find out where the snakes are? You know, sometimes in still grass, everything looks normal. But if you just stomp or you throw something down, they'll say, or even just the movement. You might not even see the snake, but you know that shit ain't moving by itself like that in that pattern. And at that point in time, I was doing a lot of that. See, I know my ex-husband is a narcissist. I know he's a liar. I know he likes the attention. But I was more interested in seeing what he had the balls to actually fucking say. Out in front. See, he lived off of me. He lived off of my fame. He made relationships off of me, off of my fame. I know he missed it. That's why for a while, I shut my shit down.
She did.
You love me? Let's see what you fucking love. I'm gonna take all of this shit the fuck away. You love me? Or did you love what I could do for you? I'll never forget the first time I went to my dad when I was contemplating divorce. And I said, you know, I know this shit ain't working. I know it's not right, Dad. I know he's the wrong one. But I feel bad because I made that commitment. I said forever. And I haven't been an angel. And he keeps saying to me, he can't live life without me. I said, and it looks so real. It looks so genuine.
Okay, I had to stop her because she talks about her husband, her ex-husband, for at least like 40 minutes. And we ain't got the time, honey. We got to make this like 30 minutes or less. We ain't got the time. But now she's moving on to Diddy. Hear this shit and hear it good.
L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, you know, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honeycombs and aka Diddy. And
why do you give him the Honeycombs? Why do you give him Honeycombs?
Because he smacks so sweet. That fucking sodomite. Anyway, so yeah, then, you know, and then Reasonable Doubt was happening, and Dame's in the picture, and Dame's building Rockefeller, and everybody's talking about Jay-Z, and don't get me wrong, there was nobody who loved Reasonable Doubt more than me.
At the time of
shit.
No, still.
Yes, to this day.
Still, listen to me. I don't give a fuck how I feel about you. For me to have bad feelings about someone and not acknowledge art and its greatness or at its finest is hating. Maybe I don't fuck with you, but them shoes is hot, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you gotta be real. So I will never. Shit, I was just listening to Watch the Throne earlier this week, and that shit was enraging me, cause I'm like, y'all motherfuckers was living for this fucking album. It was Kanye, and then all of y'all made all of this money on this motherfucking dude, and now all of a sudden, who, him? Like he was good enough when you let him slump Just Blaze's fucking whole career.
He was Just shit. Blaze.
Where he at? It was worth putting Just Blaze on the line for, because Just Blaze was Rockefeller production until Kanye.
Yeah.
Who's Just Blaze producing for now?
That I don't know. Yeah, but I said that I don't know. And he was it. He was the movement.
Where is Just Blaze?
Yeah.
I mean, he was making hoes beats. You got Tidal. You're a billionaire. Where the fuck is Just Blaze?
Is she disappointing? She not disappointing, is she? Baby, she over here giving life, honey. Lord Jesus.
That's the question.
Why is he's not at least an executive at Rock Nation? He's not at least an executive at Tidal?
At least.
Y'all gotta see her face expression.
Like
it's
Biggie,
amazing.
Biggie died.
I don't know this copyright shit. This is why we listening. And y'all watching me.
There was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common.
I ain't hear this part. I must have missed this.
You know? And then there was a falling out. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of the both worlds, best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That nigga swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
We know why.
You know what? I got a better question.
Yeah.
How valuable is a Biggie Smalls verse?
Priceless.
Yeah.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Fucking Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog. Clearly,
She ain't lying.
Biggie Smalls verse
She ain't lying.
is very valuable. Am I wrong? Does anybody disagree with me?
No, that's facts.
So then what the fuck happened to the commission? What happened to that album?
Right.
It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album, because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy. And then starting his own company.
Where the fuck was I at when she
So
was
tell me
saying all
something.
this?
And this ain't me being an asshole. I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame.
This
Like,
the part
I
I
don't give a fuck
heard.
if you wanna
I don't
get
know. I
away
missed
from
all that
home,
shit.
if you
But
wanna
this
get
is
away
where I
from
was hearing it
people.
from.
But to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was fucking the girl that didn't want you.
Oh. Let the church say amen.
I don't know.
I ain't
Maybe
saying
that's
shit to
why.
this. I'm gonna leave this shit
Maybe
alone.
that's why you moved his ass around and out of Rockefeller so tough and then just moved right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that fucking bullshit ass record. From the Austin Powers shit was some of the worst shit ever. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in. And you know, she liked posing with him in pictures for Page 6. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dame. And Aaliyah's gone. And, you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over and over again? So to answer your question,
I was stuck when she started saying this shit. I was like,
I'm sure he's always going to be a billionaire, and I'm sure he's got great things to happen. I mean, look, he's got the job with the NFL. He's hooking all his friends up with the halftime shows. I mean, think about it. Think about the halftime shows. Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, all Rock Nation. Now Rihanna, and then we had the whole LA thing, which of course he was involved in that, and then they pulled Mary J. Blige off, you know, make sure she got that money for Kendall, and you know, they had that whole moment, you know, but all he's doing is using his friends and the people that he fucks with, or at least the people that signs his non-disclosure agreements. He keeps getting them the Super Bowl gigs. So I mean, like, he's doing all kinds of stuff. You know, and I do not begrudge him. It's just, if you got to do the kind of things that he's done to get where he's gotten.
Canada is the home of winter, so take a seat in a wild, rugged landscape.
She is fucking shit up right now. She is fucking shit up.
Well, fuck it.
Y'all gotta see. Y'all gotta watch this. Her facial expressions and everything, like.
Which is why I can't.
She convincing as fuck. If this is all bullshit, she's convincing.
Write Kanye off is insane.
And that's what I want to touch on. Like, what is your thoughts on some of the? Do you think he's trying to tell us something that we don't understand, or do you think he's really just going off the rails with some of the comments?
He's telling everybody exactly what they don't want to hear. He's doing the same thing I did 2 years ago. It's just he's Kanye West, you know, so it's like relentless. I was like, yeah, popcorn.
He's giving it up though. He's giving it up like.
It's just sad.
Yeah. I mean, he threw Chris Paul up under the bus. I'm like, okay.
Why not? What the fuck is so special about these motherfuckers?
Right.
That they get to call him crazy and he don't get to say shit back.
Right.
Everybody can have an opinion about him, but he can't have one. Oh, why? Oh, yeah, his loudspeaker is better than yours. See, that's the real fucking problem. It's the real fucking problem. Y'all talk shit about this motherfucker all the time. You don't hear him complaining. He just keeps moving. But when he starts saying, oh my God, you know he's ill. You know he's very unwell. Fuck out of here. So what, because he's crazy, that means he can't tell the truth? He's been crazy. He was crazy when he went up on that stage and fucking stripped that shit off of fucking Taylor Swift. But did anybody pay attention to how the show ended that night? Let me point out Kanye's genius. It was the first night he performed. Let's get a toast for the douchebags. Let's get a toast for the assholes. Let's get a toast for the scumbags. Every one of them that I know. He fucking acted like all of those things. He acted it out in real life and then he sang the song. And that shit went what? Like ain't nobody even pay attention to that. Man. He actually disrespected the fuck out of this little girl and then turned around and already had the theme song written.
So is he crazy or calculated?
You tell me.
Calculated.
Y'all not about to sit up here and tell me this fucking interview ain't on point. She's giving to the gods, honey. Pure. She is giving.
That most people, it's like a dog whistle. That shit hide in the motherfucker. And the motherfuckers that are tuned and able to hear it are like, woo! But everybody else, what the fuck is this motherfucker doing? You know what I mean? That's what it looks like for people. That's the difference between being woke and being conscious. I do not think he's insane. I think he suffers from extreme grief. I think he, as one of the artists that I work with said, might be struggling with a little buyer's remorse. Because he did buy into the game. And maybe he feels a little differently about some of the choices that he made in his younger years. Maybe that's why he's able to talk about his mom being sacrificed. And it's so funny because people are so quick to label that as, you know, see, I told you he's sick. I told you he's crazy. But then I went back and did a little research about her plastic surgeon. Because, you know, she died from the effects of plastic surgery. Did anybody bother to check this motherfucker out? His record was terrible. He had a bunch of motherfucking he had been sued, malpractice insurance. He couldn't even get malpractice insurance for less than $10 million in some places. He.
All right, I don't want my video to run long. We're already 29 minutes in, and she ain't even got to Mariah. I just want y'all to hear that.
That's just kind of how I feel about chasing Michael Jackson fame. Like, it's never gonna happen for you.
Introducing Discover Online Privacy Protection.
So stop.
What do you feel? How do you feel about?
Nobody will ever touch that.
What do you feel about the comparisons though? Like now we have the Chris Brown comparison. Of course, he says that Michael Jackson, he will never be that. But
and I'm glad he's smart enough to know that. But he's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And he's the closest thing that I've seen.
But he don't like dark skinned girls, so fuck you,
and
Chris Brown.
Unfortunately, you know, he handled up.
You're right.
They got him. They got him. He can't move right or left too far. Haven't you noticed that?
Yeah.
His whole fucking career has been like whack-a-mole. Every time he starts creeping up,
Something just going.
Am I wrong?
Put it right back.
Every time he's building, get your ass. Right? If he comes anything above like right here,
Yeah.
he should be insane. Thank God he's not. He has his moments, and he should. Because he's been in a fucking jail. Ever since that shit with Rihanna, he's been in fucking prison. And they holding him. And guess what? There's stuff that people know about him that I'm sure he don't want nobody to know. You know, that's why it's so important to come clean and to be clean if you gonna fuck with this game in any way, shape, or form. Because they will use everything against you. Tie you up. I wish they stopped bopping him on the head because he's so fucking talented.
So I'm curious.
Just let him come out, man.
Let him come out. Let him
come
out.
out.
Chris.
They've let far worse people out. You know, there's some real sick motherfuckers that people love. Fucking R. Kelly ran around the United States without fucking impunity, fucking up a whole generation of bitches. And
what are they trying to say? Is he gay?
Y'all let him run?
Right is on the wall.
Let fucking Chris run.
Run where?
You know?
If you were to see, they have a new biopic of Whitney Houston coming out. If they play this movie and you see no kind of drugs in this movie, do you feel like it's an injustice to what this look?
I feel like anything with her name on it is strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Including Clive
Davis. This ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the piper.
He was the one trying to bring her back, though, at the time prior to her death, right?
Fuck him.
Okay.
He needed her back.
Oh, yeah.
He needed her back. But he needed her back and under his control.
Mm.
You want to know what fucking Clive Davis did for Whitney Houston? While he was busy trying to bring her back. See, people forget, before she came to the United States, he sent her on an international tour.
Mm.
And she went out on tour, and she was still getting high at the time. Let's see. What happens if I put in Whitney Houston? Kazakhstan.
Oh man, don't do that shit. Come on.
That's what you want?
Come on.
Oh man.
This was not long before she passed away.
It was terrible. Oh god.
Oh, here's the full concert. She only did 4 songs.
Yeah, I think I know you, but I think I remember the voice.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember you with the voice. I know where you're about to go with this. I think I remember this.
Not just the voice.
Just everything.
The whole show. Look at how she starts the show. She's performing for the president.
Oh yeah.
This is his birthday performance.
Oh. Oh. Is this Wright?
Clive sent her out of the world. She got paid $180,000 for 4 songs that night.
This is a different type. I don't give a fuck. I swear to God. Like, I don't give a fuck. This is a different type of I don't give a fuck.
Ouch.
Straight to the money.
Yeah, I see that. It's
The interviewer don't even know what the fuck to say. I don't know what the fuck to say at this point.
After a couple of joints, you will find it hilarious. Because
Mickey,
you're happy that she's
don't act like you don't see this shit.
The crackhead antics so dope. You know what I mean? She was in it. Huh? Nigga, what is my key, bitch? Like she's in front of the president of Kazakhstan.
Oh my god.
But it was good enough to get that check though. And then he put her in rehab to clean her up right before it came time for America, because she had to at least appear sober in America for the whirlwind story. And then they brought in R. Kelly to do that song for her, the pedophile, that she had to use auto-tune to sing because her lungs were so jacked up from all the smoking. And you know, a lot of people didn't know she was a heavy smoker. She was a chain smoker. She smoked 3 packs of Newports a day. And still could sing like that. But when you add in the cocaine or the crack, and then the this and that, and then when they did her autopsy, they said there was nothing wrong with her throat. Her lungs were so damaged that she couldn't fuel the notes. It was her lungs. It wasn't. Her voice was fine.
Oh.
That's how Clive did it. And then the next thing you know, she's a.
Yo, I may have to make a part 2 because this shit is just so juicy. Like, I don't want to make this video. What the fuck? I don't want to make this video so long.
How'd you do it?
But goddamn it, I can't stop watching, and I want y'all to see more. Like, she not done. Like, she ain't even get to Mariah Carey yet. Like, goddamn.
You know, she's fucking Ray J. And then it's Grammy time. And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the...
We're going to have to stop this. We're going to have to make a part 2 because I don't want this video to run too long. I can't sit there and watch a long-ass video. But this shit right here, like, Jaguar need to, like, wear a fucking bulletproof vest at this point because she is not safe. Like, you putting this type of shit out on this type of platform, bitch, you gonna need a pit bull, a fucking taser, or something to walk around. Cause your husband ain't enough. You better get you a piece. Cause this shit is dangerous. That's why when I seen it, I was like, I'm not saying this shit. I'm not quoting this bitch on shit. Y'all gonna hear from the horse's mouth. This bitch is crazy. I don't think she care about her life no more. And she said it's God's will. No, bitch, just don't tell on people. Like, the shit that she coming out. Only thing I can do is just make a part 2. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Shit! It's juicy!